What's up everyone, this is Master again. I'm bringing you more breakdown videos of the DOA5 footage that Team Ninja has recently released. This time it's going to be a fight between Ayane and Hayabusa. Since we've been breaking down a lot of things, there'll be less and less things for me to touch on. However, I'll still touch on key things that seem to make a big difference in the game, or they just have new moves to certain characters. So let's go ahead and get this started. As soon as the match starts, Hayabusa comes in and you can see all the detail on him. His eyes start to whiten up, he has a lot of facial expressions, his mask even moves as he talks with his lips. They're putting a lot of detail into these characters, and I can't wait to see the rest of the cast like Jan Lee or Brad Wong or some of the rest of the girls, because it's gonna look really good when they come all together. The match starts and Hayabusa gets a counter hit jab. Personally, I feel like the second jab should stun on counter hit only. So whenever you hit somebody with jab jab on counter hit, the second one would stun and it would feel more like a 2-in-1 that gave you more opportunities. Those are just my thoughts. Maybe that's something they might want to do, but then again, they've been taking things in and out, so we'll see where it goes. Right after that, Hayabusa finishes his punch punch back punch punch string. Ayane doesn't tech roll, which means it's probably still hard to tech roll after a hit like that. And it makes me wonder if Team Ninja decided to add maybe more strings like that, where once you finish hitting them while they're standing, when they fall down, it makes it really hard to tech roll if you don't tech roll early enough. Since she doesn't tech roll, she tries to tech after being forced on the floor and does the get up kick. After that, Ayane doesn't capitalize and Hayabusa tries to set her up for the charge attack. The interesting part is, when he tries to set her up with down forward kick, it doesn't sit down like it usually does. It was a counter hit, and if you notice in the pre-alpha original video, it sat her down and then he did the charge attack. This time, he didn't. Not sure what made him decide to take that stun out. I personally like those kinds of stunts, so maybe they might put him back, or maybe they're just experimenting. Moving on, Hayabusa does his charge attack, and if you notice, things start to light up. The metal in the background and the fence in front of him light up really quick. The question I asked though is, since the crane is triggered by the explosive, what would happen if you just hit the things on the crane already? Would things move out the way? It just makes me wonder why it lit up. Right after that, Ayane executes her new combo string that I touched on the last video. It looks something like a forward punch into a low sweep type of situation, and it seems like she can mix it up with the low sweep, the handspring, and the launcher. So this will be a good tool for her to use. After that, Hayabusa gets some damage in, and then he stuns Ayane with forward punch and then does punch punch forward kick. The forward kick actually launched Ayane. The only thing that looked weird is that Hayabusa seemed to have stopped almost free canceling and then doing forward kick. Also, any of you guys that played DOA4 know that forward kick with Hayabusa doesn't launch. So I wonder if they just changed the properties, or if Hayabusa has reached the stun threshold that might have been lowered in this game. Also, one thing to touch on is after you give your opponent your final blow, the camera changes dramatically. This might be why you can't control your character anymore after you win. The second round starts and Hayabusa starts off with a down forward punch into the kick animation. I wonder right now if that kick is safe like it is in DOA4, or if it maybe even gives a guard push like it gave in DOA 3.1. I don't really know a whole lot of information since it's never blocked. It's always successful on the hit, but it's nice to see a new string added on to that, on top of the fact that you can go into Nimpo in that move. Right after Ayane gets up, Hayabusa does a new animation into a mid punch. It looked like it could be a mid punch into a throw. Not really sure exactly what he can do with that, but I know it's a new string. Also, Ayane does her back punch animation that is a 2-in-1 and it does launch on normal hit. Once the first hit hits, the second one's guaranteed, and she does get a launch where she can do a small combo. Right after Ayane finishes her combo, Hayabusa begins to sidestep Ayane and then throws her for not doing anything. Right after the throw, he jumps over her and stuns her back turn. This is the part that kind of bothers me though, because Ayane slow escapes right before Hayabusa up kicks her. I personally don't like that because you shouldn't be able to just get out of it too easily. But then again, I guess I can see why Team Ninja might think that might be abusable. Hayabusa then puts Ayane into the explosive danger zone and the crane starts moving. Here's what's really interesting though. Hayabusa does the Izuna throw and then hits the crane on the top. This is crazy because it really becomes really interactive with the stage. Even when the stage is moving, you can still hit moving parts. I didn't think this was possible, and I would think it's a little glitchy, which it kind of is because the animation kind of skips right here. But I think it's cool that they still let you interact with whatever's moving around. This is something that you really don't see in any game, period. So I like the creativity, but at the same time, they probably will still have to fine tune it. But it looks really cool, and I like how they're approaching it. I kind of wonder if Hayabusa could have been able to follow up, maybe with the sideways Izuna like he's done in the past, or maybe that's just too fast for him. It's really interesting to see this, and I wonder how that will play a role in other stages. Hopefully that doesn't take away from your damage, because it seems like the Hayabusa player was caught off guard and was even still trying to follow up with the throw afterwards. After everything said and done, Ayane comes in with her final blows before she's finally put back in her place by Hayabusa's infamous move, the Izuna Otoshi, also known as the Izuna Drop. All we know at the moment is that it seems that Hayabusa only can do these on advanced counters. This at least gives Hayabusa the opportunity to still be a high damaging character, but at the same time making it hard for him to execute it, but still being able to keep his signature move. That'll pretty much wrap up this video, and if you saw anything that interests you, make sure you post it up in the comments for others to see. Now I'm going to show you the gameplay footage in its purest form again. Stay tuned for more.
Get ready, fight! Get ready, fight! Winner! 死角なし。